everybody, and it's Kelly. I'm back with another layout, and these are the last two pieces I have left from the Cheeky Studio November Autumn Beauty Kit. So it's just a piece of white cardstock, and then this little 1/3 of another piece of paper with this cute little pattern on it. I used the other part of the paper on something else, but saved that little mushroom. And I was thinking about using that white paper, but I actually ended up thinking it needed a little bit of pink behind it because of the burgundy color of her dress there. Plus there's that really hot pink flower in the bottom of that gray paper there. So I just went with a piece of pink cardstock from another one of the kits. I don't know which one it came from. I don't remember for sure. All right, so then I just grabbed this yellow tissue paper, which also happens to be the packaging that a couple of the Cheeky Studio kits have come to me in. So I'm going to use that to actually matte my photo. I love how that tissue paper is looking, and I've really started to use that to matte things more. It gives a softness to the mattes instead of the hard edges of paper. And then this works really well as a matte because of that yellow mushroom in the bottom corner there. Because it just ties kind of everything together. That photo is printed, it's a little bit, I think it's a little bit, it's about 7 inches high, but not quite 5 inches wide, if I remember correctly. And that happens to be my granddaughter, by the way. I did not take the photo either. This is from a professional photo shoot. So I decided I wanted a little more softness behind her picture there, so I grabbed a doily from the Sunny Side Up Bakery 8-inch pack that I have, and you can get those at Hobby Lobby in their cake decorating area. And then I thought, well, maybe the 8-inch wasn't going to be big enough, that I should go to like a 10-inch was my thought here, and that's the 10-inch. And now I'm glad I didn't do this, because I went back and forth when I did this layout about which one I should use, but I was thinking that the 8-inch wasn't quite big enough, and the 10-inch was too big. And I'm glad I did this, because there would have been a lot of space left over on that one of the sides of the doily. So I go back to the 8-inch here. All right, so I pulled that together. Now I am looking at using the ephemera, some floral ephemera here, and this comes from the Cheeky Studio November kit as well. It's the Autumn Beauty ephemera, but you can actually buy that separately. So if you want to do that, this is not an official Cheeky Studio video, but you know, this is where I'm getting the product. So I'm trying to balance colors off here so that I've got that blue flower is kind of a bluey gray flower at the top. I want to bring some yellow into the top and some pink, because there's yellow and pink in the bottom. And then I just grabbed some red because I've got some red up in the top cluster there. So I think I want it in the bottom cluster. So I've got that red flower there. Thinking about a leaf cluster there as well too on the bottom, because I have them at the top. Bringing some more blue in because that's a little bluey gray on the bottom. By the way, that mushroom paper is from the Cheeky Studio Autumn Beauty. It's the Autumn Beauty number 2 paper from the kit. Okay, so I decide I really wanted blue down there, so I grabbed that leaf die cut there, and I like how that looks. I like how it blends in more into the background than the other die cut did that I have there. And then you can get these bows at the mini white bows at Cheeky Studio. They were also in the kit, but you can buy them separately. I am thinking about these pink bows, which you can also get there as well. And I know I have a bow on the mushroom like it's hair, but that's okay because this is my granddaughter. All right, so that transition between the gray paper and the pink paper is bothering me a little bit. I think it needs a little something to break it up there. And since I don't have any pattern paper left, I went to my washi tape And I found that washi from Bella Boulevard. I did have a couple of other washies in the darker pink that would like match the pink flowers on the bottom, but I thought it called a little bit too much attention to the tape versus just having the tape that like just be another line, or it blends into the background, I guess. That would be the best way to explain it. I wanted it to blend a little bit more. All right, so I'm going to attach the photo to the doily, and my tape is going to run out here, or almost run out. Didn't quite. Okay, by the way, guys, I'm just going to tell you this just because I'm, telling you where I got this stuff. You can use my code Kelly10 so Kelly and then 10 all together at Cheeky Studio when you place an order for anything other than the kits, and you'll get 10% off. So just remember that. If you're liking this ephemera pack is awesome. I am going to order another one. So I have that pack going down, and of course I didn't put it back together the way I had it to begin with, and I didn't remember, so I'm playing around with it. I should have either photographed it or been careful about when I took it off, because I'm having a hard time remembering what order things were in and not loving it as much. Not loving the way those clusters are going. Some of them I like though, so I'm going to start gluing down what I know I like the arrangement of. There's a little leaf to get a little green in because there's a little green on the bottom. Not loving where that leaf is falling there. I don't know what it was, but it was bothering me. Okay, the other thing that happened is I thought the berries there were too blue. And so I'm trying that red leaf, and I've got that little blue leaf die cut there to bring some more blue back in. So I'm trying the berries there. I'm adding the blue leaf, getting that blue flower down. And then I do like this little sprig of, like maybe like a pussy willow or something. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I really, really like the way that looks. It gives it just another dimension to the cluster. And when I get that in, I really don't like the blue berries in there. Again, they're just calling too much attention to each other, and all the other blue or bluey grays on here are very faded. So I go back in and I grab that burgundy cluster there, branch. So now I'm playing around with which bows I'm going to use, and I decided I really like the white bows best. Again, I thought the pink bows called too much attention to itself. I want things to kind of blend into the background so that the attention really stays on the photo. So now I have those down, and I just use my glue dots to secure them down. All right, then I'm using these little cork flowers, and those came from the November kit. They were included in that. She's a girl, and there's lots of flowers on here, so I just added those in, and I think I used all the flowers up then of that kind of flower. Anyway, there were two different kinds of flowers on there. I love these little cork shapes. All right, so now I just want to title this Mia because that is her name. And so I went and grabbed these American Crafts, this chipboard alphabet, and it's the LAX font. And I'm kind of playing around with where I want it to go. They're not very sticky, and actually that looked kind of cute there as well. But I decided I really liked it up on top, and it kind of has a reason for being up there. It's joining the cluster as well. So it's unifying everything. I am thinking that maybe I need some of the blue sparkly alpha letters on the bottom there. but that asterisk took too much attention. So I just grabbed some of the dots or periods that are on there, and I'm adding them into the center of flowers here. Originally I had a couple more on the bottom, but I thought they were like, here we go. I think they're calling too much attention to themselves in a smaller cluster. So I'm taking them off and putting them back on. Taking them off, putting them back on. Trying to figure out how I can make it work. In the end, I just used one. So there's the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you guys are all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye!